waits for no man, and I ain't got time to shake your hand. Get that style check, put it in pockets till I get back. Going down.
What's up, everybody? It's Deltool here, and today's video is going to be something a little bit different, but it's going to be over gameplay, obviously, probably Battlefield Hardline in the background right now. But yeah, what this is about is that there's this but there's this thing that is spreading around right now because this guy named Sky, he's a YouTuber. I don't know if he's a streamer or whatever, but he's a guy, right? His name's Sky, and he put out a YouTube video saying dear female streamers or something like that, right? So like, dear female streamers, and what he's saying is he's not talking to every female streamer. He puts like a bullshit disclaimer at the beginning of the video. This is about, I know it's your body and you can do what you want, blah blah blah. So this is all just gonna be my opinion. And like, okay, you said that just so people don't talk shit to you, dude. Like, seriously. Like, you shouldn't have put that in your video. If you wanted to make this video, you shouldn't have said that. Like, you're still going to get hate, but you said that so everything after what you said right there in the beginning, all that shit that you just talked about, all those female streamers, you said that just so you could take that back and back. Nah, but it's just my opinion. Everybody has their own opinions, you know what I'm saying? So, I think, first of all, the first mistake you did with this video is that you made it. Second mistake is that you put that bullshit disclaimer so that people don't have a reason to hate you, but which they do. So, I just want to say you're wrong about a lot of things in this video, dude. Like, I'm gonna get to some points and everything. Like, I'm not gonna be like super detailed and super critical about your statements and stuff, but I'm going to like say some things, like some counter stuff right here. So like, obviously, I said that disclaimer shit was bullshit. That's fucked up that you put that there because you're making it hard for people to argue against you because you're like, oh, well, it's my opinion, blah, blah, blah. Secondly, I'm going to say, like, you said that thing about, like, oh, all they get in chat of these girl streamers, these female streamers who, like, show their boobs or whatever or talk in different voices or whatever to try to entertain viewers on Twitch, you say that all their chats are mean, that everybody in their chat is like, oh, fuck you, big tits, or I'm gonna fuck your big tits, or I'm gonna fuck you in the ass, or whatever. Like, you're saying that people are talking shit to them, like, they're like, oh, you're ugly as fuck, oh, you suck at COD, you suck at CSGO, you suck at League, whatever the game they're playing. So you're saying they're talking shit to them? Well, when I've been in some of the more popular female streamers streams, and yeah, some of them do like flaunt their body, I guess, like how you say flaunt their body. Some of them do show more than others, right? So when I'm in their stream, no matter who it is, they all get like the same amount of nice comments, like a lot of nice comments. Like, sure, there's some girl streamers who get like nothing but nice comments, like, oh, you look beautiful today, oh, that was a good play, holy shit, when did you change your hair, that looks dope, or whatever. Like, there's a whole bunch of nice comments. There's also a whole bunch of dick comments. There's a whole, like, dick comments, I mean, like, by mean people comments. Like, if you've streamed, I'm assuming you're a streamer yourself, Sky, and this isn't directed to Sky, but if he ever saw this, I'd assume that he's a streamer, and this is just to put out there so people understand that not every guy thinks like this. Like, okay, so what was I gonna say? If you're a streamer, there's a thing that happens to every streamer, even guys. Like the main one, like I could think of is Nadeshot, because I used to watch him all the time, and he was like the biggest streamer I watched on Twitch before he moved to MLG, alright? So on Twitch, when I watched him, it would be like, Nadeshot, I'm gonna butt fuck you, I'm gonna come to your house, Nadeshot, I'm gonna sleep with you, Nadeshot, I'm in your bed. Like, it's a whole bunch of creepy ass comments to Nadeshot, to a guy streamer. And what does he do? He doesn't show his body. He doesn't like wear a bra or anything on stream. He just streams regular gameplay, professional Call of Duty, and he gets this type of messages. So you can't say that just because a girl flaunts her body or talks a certain way to entertain her audience, it doesn't mean that she's bringing mean comments onto her or her entire gender, because live streaming, the internet in a whole, a lot of people are just mean, and they bring mean comments in. So you can't say that, like, oh, they're bringing mean comments to all these other people, all these other girls that don't do the same thing, and they bring mean comments to themselves. No one's nice because the nice guys are jacking off. Like, I guess the only reason that I put this here, and I when I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, well, maybe he just said this as a joke because he wanted to put that jacking off thing in there. So maybe that's why, because he's like, oh, you never see nice guys because the nice guys are, and then he makes hand motion like he's jacking off. So I guess he's trying to make a funny joke right there. So I'm guessing that wasn't all too serious. But then like he starts getting a little sexist. He starts saying that because other girls stream and they're like more professionally dressed or whatever, they're more modestly dressed, that every girl should be like them. Like he's saying, oh well, I'm not gonna be critical about either side or whatever, but it's harder for the other girls who dress like this because these girls dress like this, and blah blah blah, that these girls are making it like making Twitch bad, or it's worse for these other girls or whatever. And so that's kind of sexist, like saying that you can't do one thing because everybody should be viewed as this thing over here, or vice versa. Like, we're not saying people, this is a free country in America at least, and this is like, well, semi-free I guess, but it's a free internet mostly. And so Twitch is a site where they have a terms of service, and if you break those terms of service you get banned. None of these girls who are showing like as much whatever, flaunting their body or whatever, talking in certain voices or however you want to say, none of them are actually breaking the terms of service, so it's allowed. And I'm not saying that all girls should dress like them and try to look like them and try to be as pretty as possible and talk in the most seductive voices to try to get viewers. I'm not saying that, because it's free. You could do whatever you want anywhere on the spectrum. You could be the most manly girl in the world and people will still watch you if you're entertaining. If you know how to bring your audience in, people will still watch you. I don't get a lot of views, and that's probably because I don't know how to attract my audience. But when you learn that, when you find what an audience, when you find a way to attract an audience for who you are, it doesn't matter if you have big tits, it doesn't matter if you have a nice ass, it doesn't matter if you have a great radio voice, it doesn't matter if you have the most charisma in the world. If you don't know how to attract an audience, it's not going to work. So when you're saying that people who attract an audience because they do things a certain way are doing it the wrong way, that's kind of dickish in a way. But when you're saying it to a girl because there's girls who do it a different way, that's sexist, saying that all girls should be the same. Like, that's like saying at a job, oh, well, you can't have this title of executive because those girls over there have that title of officer. Or I don't know different job titles, but like, you can't be executive because all the other girls over here are titled managers. So you can't be the executive. You could be a manager though, because you're a female. So you should just stay along the lines of all the manager females. Like, it just sounds sexist to say, oh well, these girls should dress and try to sound like these other girls over here. And so he started getting a little sexist when he started talking about that stuff, in my opinion. And then he goes on to like hate the entertainers. Like I said earlier, like they're entertainers. They're not it's not real life of T6 Delta. It's not the real life of Deltool. It's not like I'm just gonna go in there and be like, okay, well, let me just play games and talk. Like, some people, I do that sometimes. I do that most of the time when I stream. I just play and talk, and like, I enjoy my stream. But other people are actually like I want to be an actor. I wanted to be an actor growing up, and if I do want to like actually like go ahead and like mess around like that, I'll try to entertain in my stream, and I'll try to be like, yeah, guys, what's up, blah, 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 blah. And I'll like change my voice, and I'll like act funny. And if I had a webcam and stuff to actually that was actually able to stream with and everything, I'd like put on some costumes and mess around, like if it was with the terms of service. I would do that because it's entertaining, and it's more entertaining than I am by myself. So I think that it would just be something that would be like, oh, hey, it adds on to the entertainment level. It attracts more viewers. More people will be interested in me. Why not do it? Why not do it? It's not like I'm trying to cheat anybody else. It's just that, like, I think it's more entertaining if you put more into your like, if you put yourself into the, like, if you do you, then it's gonna be more entertaining. If you do you, and this is really, like, if you're doing it fake, like if you're like, oh, hey, I'm this guy over here, and like you're just trying to fake it, then I don't respect that. I don't like that. But if you truly like enjoy entertaining people in different ways, like if you truly love playing video games and then you like acting or you like messing around, then why not do it and bring in a new audience, right? Why not? It's like kind of hating on entertainers when you say like, oh, well, they make these little anime voices to try to attract viewers. Like, what if they like doing voices? Oh, they wear these low cut shirts to try to get viewers. What if it's super hot? Like, I know it's not super hot. I'm just saying, what if it is? What if it was like LA was the last couple, like the last week or whatever, where it was 90 degrees 4 days in a row? Are you gonna say like put on a sweater? Put on a sweater in 90-degree weather and let's see how much views you get. I was gonna go for a rhyme, but then I was like, but I don't wanna say like let's see how much you get how I couldn't think of anything. So like if you put on a sweater in 90-degree weather, it's not gonna be fun and you're not gonna enjoy it. You're not gonna stream for long. So I don't know. I just think he started hating on entertainers right there, and you can't really hate on entertainers. It's messed up. And so the last thing I want to point out is that like he said something about how guys expect this out of girls now. Like if out of girl streamers, we go into a stream thinking like, oh, I need to see tits, I need to see ass, I need to hear anime voices, I need to be seduced, I need all this stuff in a Twitch stream. No, we don't. We don't need that. My friends, and so I'm 20. Some of my friends are like 17, 16, 14. I know it seems young, but in gaming, come on, like you meet random people, you don't know their age and stuff, and it's pretty cool. They're pretty nice people. And so like some of my friends like 18, 19, 21, 22, like it's they don't think like, "Oh, let me watch this girl stream because she has huge tits. Let me watch this girl stream because she talks like Sakura from Naruto." No, it's because they're interested. They're interested in the stream. They're interested in the game. They're interested in the person. It doesn't really matter. But once you get hooked on like that stream, like when with Nadeshot, I'll use him as an example. Once I started watching Nadeshot, I couldn't stop watching Nadeshot. Like it was just so freaking funny. Like I had so much fun, and then other people would be like, my uncle would come in. He'd be like, "This is boring as shit." And I'd be like, but it's not boring as shit. This is funny. This is fucking gold. This is comedy gold right here. And like he didn't understand it. And I guess that's like the same thing you could do with like girls. Like you don't understand why people watch these girls, or you think you understand. You think it's because they want to jack off to her. You think it's because she has big tits, but really like you don't know their personality. Like you don't spend enough time watching their streams, commenting in chat, and talking to them to understand that they actually talk to the chat. Some of them, I guess there's like 2, maybe 3 girls who don't talk to the chat at all and just use their gender to get views and stuff. But for every girl that I've watched, that I've followed at least on Twitch, every single one talks to chat. If they don't talk to chat, I can't sit there and watch. Like I can't enjoy the stream. I'm not one of those guys who goes in the stream and says, "Oh damn, she has tits. Let me just sit here." I don't even know how many guys actually do that. I know there's a lot of guys who like talk, like say like, "Oh, I'm busting a nut right now." Oh, like I know there's guys who say that. I don't know if they actually do it. I think they're just trolls because the internet is full of trolls. But you have to actually spend time in these people's chats because a lot of these the girl, and I like people who talk to the chat. That's why I watch streams, is because I like interacting with people. That's why when I stream, I try to interact with people, and I don't stream often. I stream off my Xbox One now, and that's like rare. I used to stream off my laptop, but that was like shittier quality than the Xbox One, so it was even more rare. And so what I'm trying to say here is that you can't say stuff like, "Oh, every guy expects every girl to show their tits," because I don't. I don't. My friends, they don't. Like they one of my friends hates when girls freaking when they just play and they have a big old camera and stuff, like how you say like, "Oh, when they have a big old camera and they don't do this or whatever, they show the little gameplay or whatever." He hates that. He always, whenever he clicks on like a guy's stream or a girl's stream and they have a big old camera right there, he's like, "What the heck is up with this big old camera or whatever? Why can't I see the gameplay?" And he gets mad because he wants to actually like learn from the games. He wants to try and see how other people play it so he can learn new strategies. And he checks out girl streams sometimes, but it's not to like masturbate to them or whatever. It's not to get some I don't know, but it's not to get something from the girls besides learning how to play the game from another person. So if like there's a person who's streaming with 1,000 viewers, he'll check them out. If it's a girl, it doesn't matter. If it's a guy, it doesn't matter. He doesn't go saying like, "Oh, well, I just want to see her tits." He goes because he wants to learn gameplay. And so you can't say that every guy wants to go there, because we all have different reasonings. I like going because I like chatting to people, talking to people. My friend likes going because he likes learning stuff in the games. Another friend of mine likes going because he just likes trolling people. Like I even go around streams trolling people with my friends, and we don't troll like, "Oh, show me your tits" or whatever. We'll troll like being like, "Oh, dude, that 360 no scope was sick on like the Binding of Isaac or something, like where you can't even 360 no scope people. So we just, you can't generalize this whole gender, and you can't put this whole section of girls at in a bucket and say like, well, we're gonna kick you guys out because you guys don't do Twitch the same way I do Twitch. You can't just do that because they're different than you. That's something that needs to be, yeah, sure, it could be addressed. You could talk about it, like, why are you showing tits? Why are you doing this? But really, when it comes down to it, each person's an individual, and you gotta treat everybody as an individual. You can't say everybody got to do the same thing, because then we'd have to say every guy has to act the same. We'll take like one of the most professional streamers or whatever and say, oh, or one of the most serious streamers or something, and say, oh, you can't laugh on stream, you can't make jokes, because if you make jokes, then you're trying to bring in you're trying to make the audience, your viewers feel some type of way. You can't smile, you can't like make stupid faces. You can't, like, you have to think about it like that. Like, you can't just say one group of people can't do something because another group of people does it differently. So this has gone really long. My voice is actually starting to go away. I had other big points that I could put in here, but I don't really think I need to, because even the small points make sense. And the major point of it all is that everybody's individual. Treat everyone like an individual. Don't try to put people in groups because they're not. The group thing doesn't matter. Sure, groups work, but you can't just generalize everybody. And you can't generalize a whole gender and say everybody should be the same, because that's sexist. And that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed. This was my longest video ever. No, it wasn't my longest video ever, but this was a pretty dang long video. So it's probably going to have some Call of Duty in it, to be honest. Some search and destroy gameplay if I have any of that. But yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed, dislike if you didn't, comment down below, tell me how you felt about this video, subscribe if you haven't already, click the annotation to the left to see my previous video, the one to the right to go to my next channel, and the one below to go to my next channel, the one to the right to go to my next video, and the one down below to go to my second channel. I will see you guys next time. Sorry for the rant, I'm sorry, dude, but I just felt like it had to be said. Goodbye.